the street lights flicker, where the good die young and the tough get quicker. They said a boy like me would never make it home, 'cause I was carved from the dust, bad to the bone. Mama tried to wash the trouble off my face, but the world put a shadow where the smile should have stayed. I learned early how to stand out there alone, hard like iron, bad to the bone. Yeah, I walk like a warning, talk like a storm rolling in. Got a past that keeps calling, but I don't break, I bend. I'm the fire they couldn't control, the outlaw they couldn't own. I ain't evil, just weathered and grown. Call it what you want. I'm bad to the bone. I've loved hard, lost harder, buried brothers, buried honor. Every scar on my skin is a story I've known. Proof that I live bad to the bone. But there's a softness under steel, a truth I never showed. Even rebels got a heart, they keep hitting down below. I walk like a warning, talk like a storm rolling in. I'm the sinner they point at, but I still know how to win. I'm the fire they couldn't control, the outlaw they couldn't own. Not wicked, just weathered and grown. Yeah, I'm bad to the bone. He rides where the dust keeps secrets, where the wind don't bother to speak. Blueprints fade in the silence, like a promise he'll never keep. No name on the towns he passes, no stories willing to claim, just a shadow stitched to the saddle, and a man who won't answer his name. 'Cause the Lone Ranger walks with the sunrise, never stays long enough to belong. Heart like a half-broken compass, always pointing where something feels wrong. He don't pray for mercy or thunder, he don't wait for the world to change. He just moves like a ghost through the canyon, the quiet, unclaimed, unbound range. Folks say he once loved a woman, but the truth's buried deep in the dust. Some wounds don't bleed on the outside, some stories just rust where they must. He's kind in a way that's wordless, that refuses to change. They said I never change my ways, that mercy don't come to men like me. But I've walked through fire and rain, and I've bled for what I came to be. Every prayer I whispered faded, every promise turned to stone. I'm still standing in the ashes, still carrying what I've done alone. I'm unforgiven, but I'm breathing, still chasing light through the dark. I'm leaving. You can brand me sinner, call me wrong, but I've been right where pain belongs. I'm unforgiven, but I'm free. No chains left strong enough for me. I ain't holy, I ain't clean, just a man who learned to bleed unseen. They built their walls out of my name, turned my shadow into shame. But I've seen angels fall from grace, and devils cry in their own disgrace. If redemption's just a story told, then I'll write mine in dust and gold. Let the wind decide my fate. I'll ride alone through heaven's gate. There's peace in the silence after war. There's truth in the skies we ignore. If love's a crime, then I confess. I love too deep, I lost the rest. I'm unforgiven, but I'm breathing, still chasing light through the dark. I'm leaving. You can brand me sinner, call me wrong, but I've been right where pain belongs. I'm unforgiven, but I'm free. No chains left strong enough for me. Let the world keep throwing stones, I'll die standing. Unforgiven alone. She came to Rome, wrapped in linen and flame, eyes like prophecy, lips that spoke his name. He saw the Nile in her gaze, the crown in her breath, and knew that love could rewrite death. She said, I am Egypt, the river, the throne. He said, I am Rome, the sword, the stone. But when their hands met, the world stood still. Two rulers bound by a single will. In the empire of two, the stars obey. Gold and blood in the games they play. She ruled his heart, he ruled her war. But love was the kingdom they both fought for. In the empire of two, the night was long, and every kiss felt like a crown gone wrong. He gave her armies, she gave him dreams. Together they build what history redeems. But power's a serpent, love's a flame. Both burn the hand that dares to claim. Under the marble sky they stood, a queen and conqueror misunderstood. He saw her not as prize or pawn, but as the dawn roamed, never owned. In the empire of two, the stars obey. Gold and blood in the games they play. She ruled his heart, he ruled her war. But love was the kingdom they both fought for. And when the empire fell to stone, their names still whispered, never alone. 2 hearts in Babylon's shadowed stone, whispered through cracks where love had grown. The world said no, but the night said stay. So we spoke in silence till the stars gave way.
Your voice was a candle through the wall, soft as mercy, fierce as fall. I carved your name in dust and flame, and swore the gods would know our pain. We were born to break the wall between us, to bleed for love and never freeze us. If the world won't let us live, then
Now the tree bears fruit of sorrow, red as dawn, dark as tomorrow.
Every berry tells our vow. We were lovers then, and still some